Right, we're still going at this. We've got the head off the machine again. There it is. Not too far away now. Anyway, there's the housing stripped down. We got bits of it over there, and we got the pancake part just down here. I'm sat on the floor, and then we've got the ball gear. Now, after eliminating the noise, but still having a slight issue with engaging high, neutral, low, or back gear. Back gear engaged okay, high engaged okay, but neutral, it didn't want to go in there. When you turned the nose, or you turned the quill, or the spindle, sorry, it was just on there, it was just biting, just not. So if you move the handle a little bit, but either way, I couldn't get it where you had back gear, clean neutral, and then high gear. So something was amiss. After a few comments I got on one of the forums from some people that have been kind, helping me out, answering some questions and giving me their opinions and their advice of what they've done in the past, I've been told that this book, A Guide to Renovating the Bridgeport 2J Variable Milling Machine, Variable Speed Milling Machine by Elion Industrial Services LLC, is wrong. It's got errors. First off, being it shows the ball gear with the large step by the dog teeth, and it shows you've got the teeth on the gear, then you've got a slight step, then a more prominent step. Now, mine wasn't assembled this way when I took the machine apart, but I just assumed over the years it's been apart, someone's put it back together wrong, so I reassembled it as per the book. Now, it seems the general consensus is that's not the case. This is in fact wrong. So I've now stripped it down again, and I've reassembled it, and you can see, let me just put this here, you can see the teeth of the gear, the slight step, and then the more prominent step here, which we're putting this side up, or actually this is down, as this sits like so. So this is the top, and this is how it come apart when I got it. But I went by the book, as you would, and the book's very helpful, don't get me wrong, but the book is wrong. So we're going back this way, and you can see the 3 spot drill marks there from when the shaft was balanced. So we're back together this way, and this should be the final way. The other discrepancy, which I've gone back on, is on this ball gear sleeve, which has got the bearings in, a couple of snap rings, and a wavy washer is where that wavy washer goes. Now, if you go into the book on page 53, and this has been confirmed by someone else, and when you think about it, it does make sense. They say install the 2 large snap rings inside the ball gear bearing sleeve. On the bottom of the sleeve, the flanged end, which they're saying this bit here, because that's the piece with the flange on it. The flanged end, first install the wave spring washer on top of the snap ring, then press a new double sealed bell bearing into the sleeve, pressing only on the outer race. Okay, so they're saying that this bearing, you'll have a bearing, then a wavy washer, then a snap ring, then a spacer, then you have another snap ring and another bearing, which tries to force, the wavy washer tries to force the bearing out here. So this always ends up with movement, which is, it's not good, and when you think about it, it's not right. So I'm glad someone else pointed that out, and I've gone back and changed it, because it may have not caused any issues, but I think that's why this wasn't giving me perfect alignment, because this was always pushing this gear back up, so it was out of alignment with the small ball gear. And it makes more sense that if the wavy washer is under this bearing, it's always going to keep tension on this lock ring, which is what you want. So as you would put a spring washer under a bolt, it's doing the same thing. It's keeping tension on there so that doesn't vibrate and come loose. So that's how we've done it. So this book here is incorrect. So word of warning for anyone else rebuilding and going through the book, just like me, you never have one of these machines apart before, and you follow the book. It's an excellent book, but there is some errors in there. They're the only 2 I know of at the moment, and I've had this thing in absolute pieces. Every nut and bolt I think has been a part of this, every bit. All the power feeds, every single nut bolt done. Bare metal, stripped back and done. They're the only two errors that I've found with the help of other people. So this is back together. We're going to put it back together in there, build it back up, put the head back on, and I'll do a little video of it running and let you know how it goes. Fingers crossed that is all the issues solved, and that'll be the end of it. So I will let you know as soon as it's done. Cheers.